I think this is the house.
Nice. Oh, it's cute.
Very, very pretty.
All right.
Ah.
I'll see you.
All right, I'll be here. Enjoy your reading.
So I'm getting ready to go into this reading, and anybody could live here. So I have no idea who the client could even be. I don't even have a guess. As far as impressions coming through, though, I definitely have a lot, so I'm excited to go on in. Hello, how are you? Great to meet you.
Peter.
Hey, Peter and
Nice to meet
Tyler.
you.
Lovely
Come on
to
in.
meet you. Thank you for having me.
Thanks. I'm Peter Facinelli. I've been in Supergirl was the last thing I did last year. I was in Twilight, Nurse Jackie for 7 years, and about 30 or 40 films and a bunch of TV series.
All right.
Should we get started? You want a drink?
Yeah.
Scotch?
Oh, you know, I'm always good with water.
Are you over 21? You know, I saw Tyler's show, and it fascinated me. I mean, I've always been really intrigued by where do you go? What happens after? To be honest, I don't have many people that have passed that I'm super close with. So I have a few objects of people that have passed, but it was a long time ago, so when I was a kid. So I guess we'll see with the objects I brought who pops up.
Thank you. Okay. Interesting. This is weird. This man's having me come through. But the weird thing is, I feel like I have to talk about your mom's side of family for some reason. I keep getting pulled to mom's side, mom's side, mom's side. And then there's a reference to mom, but it's a reference between a brother and a sister. And it's coming through as a brother-sister relationship. So on your mom's side of family, are any of these objects connected to that side?
Yeah, this one's.
Okay, perfect. On mom's side of family, does your mother have a brother?
She has 13 brothers and sisters.
She's 13? No way. Okay, well, that makes sense.
Few of them have passed.
Okay. Now, the way this comes across is I'm feeling like this person isn't necessarily elderly and they're not super young. Because the feeling is like under 65 is the emphasis in the way this comes through.
Well, the one that this belongs to, who gave me this when I was younger, was about 60.
Okay.
So this is a little truck that my uncle gave me when I was 3. My uncle's name was Luca. Yeah, Luca is my mother's brother.
Awesome. That's so weird. This man is like coming through and acknowledging basically more of a quickness with his passing, but he's viewing himself as unique because people get sick and pass, but this is different. This is weird. This almost feels like it should not have happened. There's a situation basically where we have one thing and we pass of something else, but it's coming through almost in more of a consistent way of almost like I know that there's something physically wrong with me, and then this other thing comes in last minute.
I think he was in the hospital and then got a heart attack.
Right.
I think.
He's actually waiting for a living woman. The feeling is a preparation for this individual when it comes time for her to actually pass away. So typically that's sister, wife, or significant other in some sense, but it's coming through pretty strongly. Do you know of any elderly women who would still be alive that would be connected on your mom's side of family who would be like over the age of, say, 70 or 65?
My mom has 13 brothers and sisters, so they're all kind of over the age of 65. It could be any one of her brothers and sisters.
Because they're having me acknowledge a female name, and I'm getting a C or a K kind of significance. Yeah, I can't make a change. So the way this is coming through, I'm seeing a feminine-based cancer. This to me is ovarian, uterine, cervical, or breast. Just keep this in mind. If any women end up dealing with this issue that would be past the age of like 65, there's a significance of ultimately being with this person as they go through this, but it's definitely what looks like a female cancer scare. So just remember that, because it seems to be significant when it's coming through. So some of this you'll probably have to check on mom's side with, because some of these messages are referring to other family members. So let me look there. Got you, thank you.
I feel like I want to call her.
I know, seriously. Yeah.
And just ask her.
Absolutely.
I'll call my mom and see if she's around and we can ask her some questions. Hey, Mom.
Hi, Peter. How you doing?
I'm good. So listen, my friend Tyler actually can reach people who passed away, and he had a couple of questions for you about Luca. Do you mind answering a couple of questions?
Okay.
How did he die?
Started getting a heart attack at home.
He started getting a heart attack at home.
Stable at the hospital.
And then he was stable at the hospital.
He came out, and then it looked like he was getting better. Said, they're going to move me upstairs, and then when he went upstairs, he died because his intestine blocked.
That was it.
That's what it
Because he was saying Luca passed away and he went in for one thing, and then something else happened to him. And then
Yeah, I don't think he died of a heart attack. He died of a blockage of the intestine.
yeah, I didn't know that. Is there one of your sisters have cancer or no?
Yeah, Corina has cancer of the breast.
Yeah.
Feminine system.
Yeah. So and she's still alive right now, right, Karina?
Yeah, she's in Toronto.
Karina, with a C.
Okay, yeah. That would be the connection.
Wow, that's so crazy. Because there's no way he could have known that. I'll call you in a little bit. Love you. See you.
Love you.
All right.
Bye. He will be there for her, and that's important.
I'm glad I called my mom because she kind of cleared up a lot and validated a lot of things he said, which were very specific, which no one would ever know except for that person who passed.
I'm just gonna hold on to this really quick. Okay, got you. Thank you. Good straps. I have a man coming through very strongly. He acknowledges being pretty content with his duration of life, meaning he lived a pretty long lifetime. This man would have died after the age of 65. It's a feeling of like, I feel like I get to live a pretty full lifetime. This man, for whatever reason, is coming across very supportive, very paternal, and he acknowledges kind of not only being there for one group of family, the feeling is kind of being like that patriarch, that really strong, like, man. He's showing me these boots, and I don't know what this is, but it's like a funny thing. I'm strapping on my boots. And it's coming through really strongly, so I don't know if there's a story about, basically they're showing me a visual of walking into a room and seeing all these boots stacked up, or these shoes stacked up, and I feel like I'm attributing this to, like, Grandpa. Do you know of any situations in which anyone saved a man's boots, or if there's any men who would have, like, been the big, like, putting on the big boots? It's coming through pretty strong, because I have to figure out where it fits.
No.
Okay.
The person that watch belongs to, I never met.
Okay, no problem.
He passed way before me.
Okay.
Who did this belong to, and what is the significance of this?
This is my grandfather's watch, my grandfather's pocket watch. So,
There is an acknowledgement of when it comes to punishment or disciplinary and stuff.
he was tough on my dad.
There's an apology there.
His name was Alessandro.
Nice. I think that your grandfather came through really close to your dad, and
Yeah.
just wanted him to know that he was okay and he's learned.
Yeah. No, it was a funny story my dad told me because my grandfather was in the war, World War I. And then when that war ended, World War II broke out, he didn't want to fight again, and so he went to the U.S. and he left my grandmother pregnant. So he was stuck in the U.S. for 6 years. So my dad didn't meet him for 6 years. And when he came back to Italy, I met my dad for the first time. My dad was so excited that he was like gonna meet his father for the first time. And he told me the story that he was like running, around. They said, "Hey, your dad's here," and he ran up the stairs and he had no shoes because they were, farmers and they were poor. He stubbed his toe and it started bleeding and he started crying. He was a 6-year-old boy, and his father kicked him in the butt and was like, "Put your shoes on," So the first time he met his dad, he was like so excited, and then his dad was stern with him.
Right.
And so then he kind of like cowered when his dad was around because he didn't know who this man was. But then they grew and had this great relationship. And so that's probably why, he had this message of like, "Hey, I'm sorry I was so stern on you." I think for my dad, I think he was young when he lost his dad. He was about 18, and it was a different time era where, you didn't say "I love you" that much. Men didn't say "I love you," They weren't affectionate in the way that they would hug you, a son. They were like stern men. And I think just having that message passed on to my dad will mean a lot to him. Hey, Dad.
Yes, yeah.
I have a question for you. So, Tyler has the ability to kind of talk to people who have passed away. And he was telling me about your dad a little bit. Was there anything that happened with, like, boots? Like him putting boots on? Like a lot of boots.
Like line of
like
shoes.
lineup of shoes and boots.
When you come home, you see the full line of boots.
No, when you come home, right, was there any memory of, like, a lot of shoes and boots when you walked in the door?
I hardly have any shoes when I was young.
No, not you. Your father.
Huh?
Did your father have, like, boots that he used to put on?
Huh? Looking for shoes or boots?
Boots.
Huh?
Does
How do you spell it?
B-O-O-T-S. Boots.
What?
That doesn't sound anything like shoes.
I think he has some kind of high boots, yeah.
He had high boots. If you had to talk to your father right now, was there anything you would want to ask him?
My father?
Yeah.
Not really. What can I ask him?
Okay. No, I think Tyler knew more about my family history than I did. It was kind of interesting to see the connection between my grandfather and the messages that he was giving my dad.
What might I know you in?
Probably Twilight, if you've seen Twilight.
yeah,
I
of
played
course.
Carlisle.
You played
the dad.
Carlisle?
Yeah.
No
Yeah.
way. That's amazing. I love it. It was such an honor to meet you.
Yeah, it was an honor.
Carlisle from Twilight. I did
Yeah.
not think that's gonna go. That's
He's
amazing.
got a whole Carlisle Twilight thing going on.
I know, right? I'm awfully
Very-
pasted
No,
in
just
10.
blonde
but-
hair.
Exactly. Like, just gotta become a doctor and
Yeah.
create a whole family and we're good to go.
Thanks so much. That was so awesome. I mean, so fun. What a kind, gentle soul Tyler is. And it answered a lot of questions for me. So, I mean, just general questions about the afterlife, but kind of tapping into specific things that a lot of people, I mean, nobody would know, you know? So I'm kind of blown away right now. It's pretty amazing.